top 5 Marvel scenes that have made me cry since Endgame. To be fair, I just want to say I do shed a lot of tears in general. There's barely a movie that goes by where I don't cry in some capacity. I don't really know why. I am a double Cancer in my big 3 if anyone's into zodiac stuff, so that's probably it. But let's talk about it and let me know in the comments what scenes made you cry in general or since Endgame. Coming in as an honorable mention for me is in the Marvels when Monica and Carol are kind of finally talking about what has happened since Maria's passing, and Monica just looks at Carol's talking about how all of these other galaxies needed her, and Monica's like, we needed you, and I was just like, oh gosh, because I just loved the family dynamic that they had in Captain Marvel, and then it feels like they took that away from me, but it was good to kind of see them work through that healing, and at the heart of it, they are still family. And so I loved that. I needed it a little bit after we found out what happened in WandaVision. So that's my honorable mention. Number 5 is a recent one, so spoilers for the Thunderbolts if you haven't seen it yet. But when Bob says it's fine in the attic, honestly, in general, just the void rooms were rough, right? But when Yelena was like, I'm sorry, and Bob was like, it's fine, I was like, stop. Anyway, I'm gonna cry right now. I'm not gonna make it through this. Honestly, I kind of skip through part of Brave New World because I can't handle this. But when Isaiah gets arrested, and he tells them to, I'm not gonna make it past saying this, when he tells them to watch his suit, I was like, if they return this suit with a speck of dust in it, I'm going to be so mad. And so when they returned it like clean pressed at the end, I was like, oh my goodness. But yeah, that got me good. If you haven't watched Brave New World yet, you should watch it, but for context, Isaiah is wearing the suit that he got married in, and his wife has passed away. I need to stop doing this to myself. It ended up fine, but I was just, whew. Okay, number 3 for me was the No Way Home rooftop scene. I didn't start crying in that movie until this scene, and I think just props to Tom Holland, because just seeing his face break down, and go from just absolute devastation to anger to feeling some sense of community with the other Peter Parkers. I think that was just so incredibly well done, and I was like, oh gosh, how dare you all hurt, this kid has nothing left, and then they essentially were like, I think we can take away more. But anyway, the rooftop scene for me, more so than the ending for some reason, but I think it was just that we got to have this incredible moment with the three Spider-Men, but also in a way that unpacked all of their drama. Okay, number 2 for me was when Rocket lost his friends in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Not his Guardians of the Galaxy friends, but his animal testing friends. He just lets out this oh gosh, I'm gonna cry again. He lets out this a really, really sad scream, and I was crying through most of that movie anyway, and at the end I was like, gosh, I need to go hug my dog, I miss him. So that's number 2 for me. I need to start wearing waterproof mascara if I'm gonna start doing these videos. Number 1 of scenes that made me cry since Endgame. I'm crying thinking about it. I can't even say it. So Wakanda Forever in general just made me cry throughout it. But the opening scene, I literally brought tissues to that movie. And I think it was that Chadwick Boseman was just such a powerhouse, such an impactful figure in my life, and I know in so many people's lives, especially people who love the MCU. And so having that kind of real world pain also projected onto a film franchise that I love, I was just a ball of tears. I'm probably still going to be a ball of tears. I think they did a beautiful tribute. Oh gosh, when the Marvel thing started rolling in. Anyway,